Hey everyone, I hope this finds you well. So game one is in the books, and the Bucks lost. They were upset, 122 to 110. Giannis and Chris Middleton combined minus 17, 9 turnovers collectively. Saw some hero ball by Giannis. Middleton was just not really fully in the game. Brook Lopez was a minus 11. So I want to focus on the good and the bad. I'm going to start with the good though. So the Magic have a really aggressive defense, but they also threw up a lot of different kinds of looks. Here we have a zone, as you pause it right here. We have a 2-3 look. And credit to the Bucks. Obviously when you play in a 5-out system with this space at the NBA level, you know how to maneuver in between the gaps and manipulate space. So obviously I'm going to pause it right here. So obviously in college, the 2-3 is reduced because you have less space for to defend defensively. However, good job Giannis curling in between that window. Just too much space in between the top two defenders. He cuts through, pause it, because you have to collapse on Giannis because he's a threat anywhere. Look at George Hill, eyes on Giannis in the dunker spot. Great find. Now, once again, this video, we're going to have the positives. We're going to have the negatives. Let's start with the positives and see what the Bucks did well and can carry over. First off, this zone look, strong understanding of how to beat a zone defense. All right, going into another positive, and Milwaukee, one of the good things they can take away from this loss is, they shot below average from three. They were literally 33.3%, so 1/3 of their shots went in. That's below their average, that's below the league average, and they're a better shooting three-point team, so the shots will fall. Now, one of the good things is that, Giannis and his gravity, they'll create. They just have to make the shots. The Bucks just have to make those shots. So what am I talking about here? So this is really a two-man game between Marvin Williams and Giannis, and Giannis backs it out. You have a ball screen. It's well set. It's also low set, so Giannis gets a little head of steam, and as you know, with a little bit of separation, he can take one step and really explode to the rim, honestly, after 2 steps from the three-point line because he's so physically talented and gifted. So we have the Jazz here overcommitting, overcompensating. Marvin Williams open for the pop-out three. Now, he doesn't make this, but this is the right idea for the Bucks. These shots will fall. You got to hope that they'll average out. So good three-point creation by Giannis this game. When his gravity is intense, you have to account for him at all times. And it just didn't fall today, but the Bucks gotta hope and remember that the shots will fall eventually, and they're not going to stay cold forever. So another example of Giannis's gravity, but also this just shows his fundamental soundness, especially his footwork. So it doesn't seem like much here, right? You see him kind of turn. Lopez, not Brook Lopez's best shooting game, but that was an open corner three. But I really just wanted to marvel, kind of taking a mini break. Actually, it's part of the analysis, but a little mini break to marvel at his analysis. Here we have a brush screen set, and then watch. Kind of this pirouette, 1-2, turn inside, 1-2. Here you go, Vucevic, clearly you have to account for. He's now the weak side low man based on where the ball is. And, Giannis turns quicker than expected. And so what does Vucevic do? Look at him, both feet in the paint. Got to tag him, though. Middleton sees us a mile away. Lopez has that relatively open three. Once again, the shots will fall for the Bucks. However, in game one, below average shooting night from deep, especially in today's three-point heavy league, if you have a below average day and you don't do great defensively, it's going to hurt you. And it did tonight. I want to give one more clip about Brook Lopez. So as you know, as I said earlier, Brook Lopez was a minus 11, but also he was 0 for 4 from 3. And here, this is even more wide open than the last clip we had. I'm going to unpause it. Just didn't go in. This is the most efficient, best shot according to NBA analytics is the corner three, especially the wide open corner three. They come down because Connaughton's open under the basket. So once again, some of the good is that the ball movement, when the ball movement was good, and when they found the open man in the corner, it was good, but the shots just didn't, they didn't fall. And when three isn't, not the easy, though it's very efficient in the NBA. It's still not an easy shot. It's a far shot from the basket. So the Bucks can at least hang their head, knowing that the shots will eventually go in. They're not going to be shooting subpar through the rest of the series. They really can't hammer that home enough. So one thing I've noted is that the Magic have a more aggressive defense off ball, even on ball in today's game especially, than most teams. But here was a really nice way to offset that and mitigate the aggression here. So we're going to have some zipper cut that DiVincenzo gets. Then we're going to go to some floppy action here. But one thing that's really cool is notice how Giannis is played right here. He's fronted. Now when you front someone on the weak side, you have to have a teammate behind you, or else it's a wide open, uncontested layup. What's cool here, so watch where my mouse is, right? You see Marvin Williams and Chris Middleton. So here, it turns to a high-low, right? But why does Giannis get wide open? So Williams flashes to the top of the key, and then the real key here, no pun intended, the real key here is Middleton will keep on lifting, and the defender doesn't want to allow an unopened three, so this is playing the game of 3 is greater than 2. I'm going to go back again. You'll notice they'll rather give up the open 2 than the three-point shot to Middleton, who's an all-star. Great dunk. Great high-low action. Really love the creativity there to take advantage of the aggressive defense, knowing that they're not going to give up the 3-point in this situation. In this one, it's understanding the weaknesses of some of the individual Magic players. This one especially is Nikola Vucevic. Vucevic is not a bad defender, but that far away from the basket, he's not the quickest one. So even though, once again, this is a miss, one thing that I really liked this adjustment was in the end of the third quarter, look how high up this screen is. Now, obviously, in today's drop coverage, Markelle Fultz will always fight under it, and the drop will take place because if he falls back, then the defense is more susceptible to a rescreen. So here you have Fultz fighting, but one of the good things about this really good screen that's actually set by Brook Lopez is it's so high up, and then George Hill already has a head of steam going. Vucevic is on his heels, and he gets to the rim. Now Hill obviously needs to finish that to make it work, but really good understanding of setting the ball screen up higher, getting one-on-one against a defender that is not the most fleet of foot, and attacking the basket. But once again, they got to finish. They did not shoot. Buck shot maybe, I think, 43% from 2. Got to shoot better. Got to finish at the rim better. Those are the things on offense, obviously, that you need to make sure that you don't get the massive discrepancy between your opponent. When the Magic are shooting 50% from 2, 46% from 3, and you're having subpar shooting nights, and the defense is lacking, it's not going to work out. Now, there was other clips I went in between about good passing against some aggressive pick and roll defense, but here is a really good example where I'm going to go back to the screen and roll. They trap, blitz the pick and roll. Here we go. We have Middleton. Both players are going above the level of the screen. This is not nice as they're right in his face. And this bounce pass actually around number 24 of the Magic to Lopez. Good job kind of pivoting off that one fit in and doing that little hook shot into the basket. But the Magic threw a bunch of different looks in the pick and roll. They have a lot of aggressive looks as well. They play their weak side defense is super aggressive with how much they cheat in, how they kind of zone up on the backside. But once again, the Bucks did a lot of good things on offense. I think Chris Middleton, he needs to show up more. He did not play up to his caliber. Lopez was 0 for 4 from 3. He was a -11. Subpar shooting days overall as a team. Probably more of an aberration, but obviously the Bucks don't want this in their psyche, right? They want to put this in the rearview mirror, and hopefully they come out strong in Game 2. About good, but you know what? The Magic did win this game. I'm really impressed by their defense. Can't say enough good things about the Magic's defense, especially their effort overall. They were just tenacious. They gave everything they got, consistent for 48 minutes. Really applaud Steve Clifford and his staff for getting his team ready. But one thing that was unique, and I actually tweeted about this to Half-Court Hoops and Basketball Immersion, is I haven't seen this at the NBA level, and I can't even remember. What am I talking about? Talking about Evan Fournier, the weak side elbow, zoning up on, splitting the difference. But what is he doing? He's actually totally facing the ball handler. That's not something that you commonly see. I actually asked if, it's kind of Mick Cronin-esque, right? That's what Mick Cronin really got known for in his great defensive teams at Cincinnati, what they did on the weak side. Especially on defense. So here we have George Hill. He wants to make the pass. DiVincenzo kind of in stride. It's a little bit of a half step behind him. Gets him out of rhythm a little bit. Then we go to a ball screen. But what does Fournier do? He fights over the screen. He contests the 2. So where is this bad? The Bucks were good with some different coverages in the pick and roll. But on the weak side, you got to be able to understand, especially the second unit. How can we maximize the second unit's chances against the Magic, who are going to be playing aggressive defense and get us out of rhythm? I'm sure they'll have answers for that, right? These are the best coaches and best players in the world. But it's a game 1 observation. The Magic, they got the Bucks out of sorts at certain times, and here's a prime example of a possession where it didn't go the Bucks' way at all. Another bad facet that I noticed was some rushed threes, some three-point attempts that weren't great. So I'm going to lump these next 3 attempts together. Here we go. 4 seconds off the shot clock, 5 seconds off the shot clock. It's 2 on 5. I know Lopez has the green light, but he was 0 for 4 today. And Lopez, in the corner, totally fine. The half-court setting, totally fine. But right here, it's 3 on 5. There's another whole Buck player that's not even in the screen at all. These are really the types of shots that you want to get right now. Like, once again, the second quarter just started, only down 12, which in the NBA, not a big deal whatsoever. But this is a rush 3. I don't know if it's one that needs to be taken at this juncture in the game. It wasn't a dire situation. Next 2, I'm going to focus on some threes that Giannis took that were honestly too early. Giannis, his jump shot is a work in progress. He's better up close, but his 3, the way he kind of shoots the ball, once again, 4, 5 seconds off the shot clock. He's short a lot of the time because he doesn't dip, and it seems like it's kind of more of an arm shot. But 4 or 5 seconds off the shot clock in the third quarter, 3-point game. Let's get the possession in. Let's get the ball moving. Does this really need to happen right here? Once again, it's 4-on-5. You guys are your number one offense in the NBA. Why not just wait and get settled? Why take that shot right there? I just don't fully understand it once again at that juncture in time. Actually, sorry, that last clip, it was 5-on-5. I didn't see Middleton hiding. But once again, this is one thing that really bothered me. 9-point game, 10 minutes left. Once 3 seconds off from the shot clock, Magic are fully and they're prepared. They're ready for a Giannis drive in transition. Once again, it's only 3 guys that are really in the half court, active in the play. Giannis, 4 seconds off the shot clock, short on another 3. Are those the shots that really need to be taken? I understand that he has the green light to shoot, and if he makes them, it opens up the defense. But man, Giannis, you're a one-of-a-kind talent. He's a world-class player. Are these the shots that really need to happen? He's just as dangerous 5-on-5 than he is in transition as well. Those are some examples of early three-pointers that I didn't really think the Bucks needed to take, especially when they were pressing and they didn't shoot as well. Those could have been shelved for a full use of the shot clock and see what they could get within a proper half-court setting. I wonder is if some of the talk about Giannis and the Bucks in the playoffs kind of made him play some hero ball today. I thought there was several possessions. I think this kind of epitomizes it, where Giannis tries to play hero ball. And I know it's the NBA and the superstars get possessions like this and it's tolerated, and I understand that, but I still don't think it was the best use of the possession. Here's what I mean. The Bucks, when Giannis has the ball, most teams load to him, like almost always. And as I said, the Magic are very aggressive in their defense, especially on the weak side. So look at Giannis when he gets the ball going. Look at Markelle Fultz. Look how much he's cheating over on Eric Bledsoe. Then one dribble in. Markelle Fultz is meeting him at the nail of the free throw line. Eric Bledsoe couldn't be more wide open. And if this low defender tries to, go to him, well then he's probably not, because Middleton's in the corner for a 3, and he's a great 3-point shooter. So Giannis right there has his head down, not looking to get his teammates involved in this possession. Off balance shot, fade away, it's clunky, it doesn't work. I just think that this is kind of epitomizes, as I said, there were other possessions I saw, and I kind of had to, decide which one I wanted to show in this video, but I think that this, once again epitomizes that there was a lot of points left off the table as well. Yeah, the Magic played great defense. Yes, the Bucks did not defend well at all, but examples like this of hero ball and rush shots that the Bucks didn't need, and they could have actually got a valuable possession out of, but instead it seems more like a trip down the floor that wasn't maximized to its potential. This is going to be the final bad clip that I show. So 10-point game, 3.5 minutes left. Here we're going to have Giannis get the ball one-on-one against Vucevic, but I'm going to rewind. I want to see if you guys notice. You notice anything about this possession besides another missed 3 that actually doesn't even hit rim? Not a single player moves. I just think that this juncture in the game, you've been struggling. 10-point game, that's still plenty of time in the NBA, but you got to manufacture, you got to move. I know the spacing is paramount, but just not even trying to manipulate this aggressive defense that you see. And then Giannis just something for a pull-up 3. This is to me when I kind of thought that the game was over. I thought that when you're not moving, you're only down 10 with plenty of time left, and you're not moving. And the thing that was sad about this is right before this possession, George Hill made a great 3-pointer to get it to 10. But here, no movement, just letting Giannis once again play hero ball. He's settling for a 3-pointer. When they moved, and as I showed in the first half of this video, when there was ball movement, when there was player movement, when they really utilized that 5-out offense that they have, it worked. And when you're down 10, stick to what works. Don't go to this ISO. Ball watching. That's not the Buck system. I thought kind of a key moments they deviated from from their identity, and that kind of contributed as well to the loss. So game 1's in the books. See what happens in game 2. But I hope you guys liked the video of what worked and what didn't work for the Bucks in game 1. Please let me know what you think, and hope you guys enjoy.